Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? There it is. I'm right here. I'm not that hard to find. What's going on, y'all? Let me make sure this music is cut down. There it is. This is gonna be a quick stream. It's gonna be quick. I hope everything is going well with you. I thank you for hopping in if you are here. This is our weekly check-in. So every single Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, I go through every single thing I committed to and we see how far I got, see if I'm stuck on anything, and we just check the likelihood of getting all of this stuff completed. So I know I already earlier this week committed to I said I wasn't expecting myself to get every single thing done, but I don't think I realized how big this list was until probably 2 days ago. And time has been flying by. It's like that. And I had the whole week off work and time is still flying by. So let's check it out, y'all. Let's check it out. So let me go ahead and switch my view up. And it's gonna be a real quick stream so I can get back to work. But I do like to do these check-ins and remain transparent. All right. So let's start with in progress. Let's start here. In progress, I have a task, and it is called Rebuilding the First 15-Minute Experience Part 2. This is something that started as a 5 and it's easily over a 10 because I've had to add so many different mechanics. And as I'm building this first 15 minutes, I'm having to rebuild different elements to make everything work together. And it's a lot more than I originally anticipated, but I think it'll be worth it. And hey, Janae, welcome in. Um, it'll be worth it. Sometimes you have to put in that extra time in developing something so that you can have that pride, the sense of pride afterwards. And I'm not making everything perfect, but I'm getting it to a point where I'm happy with it. So that's what I'm doing right now. And probably will be doing this easily until tomorrow because there's a whole nother half of this thing I haven't even touched yet. I'm still doing the basics, but me doing the basics, I'm setting it up to make it easier for me to do step 2, step 3. So the first part is just those basic mechanics. And then, yeah, AKA mom, exactly. Yeah. I want to figuring out that there I am with the again. I want to figuring out that I have a few bugs in some of the systems, and those core systems, you get access to them in this first part of the game that I'm working on right now. So it makes sense for everything to be on fire right now for the game, but things will work out. And I also streamed for the past 2 days, some random streams with me working just because I'm off work and really wanted to connect and do work with other people doing work. So let's keep going. Next up, I have brainstorming here, and I had it I have OCPD Coach Thursday stream and brainstorming, but really it's in progress. And when I'm done with this, I'll go ahead and close that out. And then tonight we have our Thursday night stream, Control Alt Debate, and this is going to be on Illogic's channel. I think, man, I have to. I'll try to post the actual link to it once it gets posted, and make sure you guys can get access to it if you do want to tune into that. Building the rent payment system. I could probably knock this out. I just haven't touched it yet because I've been trying to prioritize the first 15 minutes since that is higher priority for me right now. And then to create a camera system. This is really a stretch ticket. I just brought it in, but it's really a stretch ticket. Next thing, make everything feel more snappy and satisfying. That's a stretch ticket. I have an idea. I like how in GTA and other games they have the when you left click or L1, whatever it might be, you can do an auto aim and then just use the right thumbstick to maneuver around with your auto aiming at. So I might try that out. We'll see. And then we have our straight. Yeah, so that's brainstorming. So we did in progress, brainstorming, stretch. Now let's go to our to-do list to see what we have in here. So I have my Jameson meeting, and this is one that normally would get crossed off my list right after this meeting. So I normally do like 3 meetings or streams back to back. And there was some stuff that came up, so we had to push ours to tomorrow. So that'll be on my board a little bit longer than I hope, but it's fine. We'll get it done nonetheless. We have sending RGSS for testing and then trailer requirements, sending the demo and music. Yeah. So both of those things are still in progress. I'm not comfortable doing these until I'm done with rebuilding the first 15 minutes. When I get that built, then I'll send it. But I want to get. It doesn't make sense to me to send something right now for testing if I know things are broken, because then the feedback is going to be directed towards the stuff that's broken. Instead, I would rather send them something where I think it works well, and then they could point out small things that are broken or other changes. So that's really what I'm doing while I'm holding off. And again, these are dates I gave myself. These are just dates that I gave myself to try to make sure I don't lollygag too long. But honestly, it's just such a big ticket. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to get these things done. So I'm not being too hard on myself. We'll get it figured out. Next thing we have is the mall unit finalization for marketing. This pissed me off. This pissed me off because I wanted to do this all week long. All week I've wanted to just work on designing the mall and getting things added to the stores and all of that stuff. And I have not, uh, but it will happen. That's the thing. It'll happen. I'm sure. And it's okay because it doesn't need to be in right this second. I can test out all of the core mechanics and then add stuff in. And I'll look at a positive. At least I'm getting more ideas every day about different things I can add. So I'm not just gonna rush in. So it'll work itself out. I'm just the type of person where I like to get creative, and I'm not being creative right now. I'm doing a lot of back end cleanup stuff, so it's a lot different. Next, we have the retro game store Steam page redesign. This is also another one. These should technically be blocked. So let me move these to block. Well, I don't want to. Let me use the system the right way. I use the right way. So these things are blocked. Create a marketing material. Can't do any of this stuff yet. And we'll leave these where they are. But the other was two I'll move to block. And easily forgotten details. We'll move that to stretch because that could honestly be bumped out. So stretch for me, these are things where if I do not get them done this sprint, I'm not going to be surprised. Another one of those actually is implement sound effects, which actually needs to get bumped out one more, anyways, and I'll explain why. I need to bump out implement sound effects because the sound effects are not ready yet. So I did request them, and I got about half of them, but I don't have all of them. So I don't think that's fair to myself to put that as an expectation when I don't even have what I need to work on it right now. So let's move that to the demo playtest release, and that's an easy one to get in. I just have to swap out the files once I get them. So we'll be good there. And with that being said, let's move to block. So, submit an updated build to Xbox. I would like to send out a test to Xbox, and this is something I'll probably do at the same time that I do send RGSS for testing. Probably just send out a build to Xbox to see if they want to approve it or not. Since I've been working on controller support this whole week, I've had controller support at top of mind, so we'll see if we can get that in. Fleshing out the economy tables. This probably will not happen this week. This is not happening this week. I can actually guarantee this won't be happening until we do this because this is blocked by some other work, and this is something I'll be doing with Jameson. So I don't want to rush this. So we have to bump that one out. And guys, let me also explain one more thing. I'm comfortable bumping these out for a couple reasons. First reason is that my ticket rebuild first 15-minute experience, it tripled or quadrupled. So when that happens, you don't get more hours in a day. So you have to cut somewhere. This is me cutting. So I'm reducing that expectation on myself some, and I'm cutting some stuff out that I know for sure I won't be able to get to. And anything that I'm probably 75% sure I won't be able to get finished, I'm moving it to stretch. Even if it's something I can knock out fast, if it's not top of mind, it makes no sense to put it over everything else. So this is the hard thing with ADHD. We have to always fight for priority. What do we do? What do we do? And yeah, this is me doing it. So I have a marketing meeting. So I have another meeting that is scheduled every Sunday now with somebody who I just brought on to handle marketing for my game. So yeah, that'll be every Sunday at 12:30. We meet and we'll talk about what all the numbers for the game are looking like. I think I'm having two meetings tomorrow. I don't have scheduled on here. Oh no. I'm having one meeting tomorrow and I'm having one Monday. So I'll talk about that. And then I did have another meeting, but I think I already have that. So we'll keep going. All right, benchmarking. So benchmarking, I do that every single Sunday before I go live. Hyper focus, that's Saturday night. Requesting the cinematic trailer, that gets bumped too. Because I can't request, for me, requesting a cinematic trailer means I have everything ready to go. I'm not gonna have everything visually if I don't have the mall units in. I'm not gonna have everything visually in. So it makes no sense to hold myself to that standard. I mean that expectation realistically. I'm not gonna be able to have every single thing done by then. So we'll move it to demo playtest release. And this is fine because I don't require to have the demo have a trailer. I just wanted to have a trailer for when the demo is out and I can start trying to build some hype up to start getting some more wish lists. But most of the friction or traction is going to come from streamers playing the game, playing the demo. So we'll get all of that sorted. And then next, replace remaining AI cover art with real art. I think three cases. I'm bumping this out too. I didn't mean to bump it out all the way here. But it's fine. I've honestly got no energy to try to figure it out. Oh, my son is crying. He wakes up from his nap acting a little spoiled sometimes. All right, let's go ahead to the next thing. So, first thing on the list, cut my son's hair. Done. Shaved myself. Did that for my shower today. Done. Send feedback. So my voiceover actor, my primary voiceover actor, he actually asked for some feedback. And I told him I would put his Jira ticket in and tried to make sure I knocked it out yesterday. Took me a little bit longer. I knocked it out today, but that was on my list and we got it resolved. Add in Joe Mayer's Blueprint to Fun book. Yeah. So I have a buddy who I have he worked as a consultant on the game, especially early on. And he actually released his own book recently. So for me, I just always like to show support to folks. And I went ahead and added that book in the game. And yes, this is a real book. I don't have it on my desk. I have it somewhere. But yeah, so I went ahead and added it because I did tell him I was going to add it. And I like to be a man of my word. So we have that officially inside of the game. Next thing up is my bi-weekly with my video editor. Knock that out. This is a short one. So again, making the adjustments wherever I can, that is what helps me big time. So we knocked that out yesterday. Finalizing the customer brain system. Yeah, I did this. I knocked that out. I was really happy about that. Checkout system rehaul. Yeah, and more. I'm still going. So it's still more. Refine customer shopping system for other units. Yeah, I refined this. So I did go ahead and add the system in so that customers will be able to go and find a point and then go check out. And I made it extremely simple. So they walk up, it drops out, they drop an item, they get a bag, they walk out. Simple as that. Keep it moving. Next, investigate advertisement tossing. I did. I investigated it. I'm doing it. It's going to come into play during the first 15 minutes. That's where I'll finalize everything. But I definitely investigated and got a good leg up going on that ticket. Next, work out at least 2 days this week. Yep. Next, a 9 a.m. Monday meeting with Paul and Lewis. Yes, and actually, let me clone this. So I'll give a little bit of a backstory. In 2021, I released my wrestling card game called Markout, and it did really well. So individuals who I've worked with in the past, just continue to network with and keep good relationships with, they actually floated my name to a board game company who are looking to turn their board game into a video game. So we had our first meeting for that. That just randomly fell in my lap. That's a blessing, that's favor. It randomly fell in my lap this week. So we had a meeting Monday. And then the guy who I'm doing the full request for, this full business order, we're going to meet next Monday again so that we can get everything ironed out because I like to know what I'm committing to before I commit to anything. So let's go ahead and update that. Yeah, that's how it is. You make one project and people they recommend you for other stuff. So this is gonna be real fun. I ordered the game, and we're going to try to use this to try to keep funding the project that I have going on right now. So for this, let's make it a 2. I'm expecting this to take about 2 hours worth of my time between the meeting and then any prep I want to do before the meeting and any debrief I want to do after the meeting. So Jira ticket set up, Confluence set up, bank accounts, contracts, all that good stuff. So we'll get all of that resolved, and that's going to move from demo marketing to whatever the next one is, which is demo play test release. So yeah, that's the thing. We have I currently have about three three projects in the fire right now in a way. Well, four if you oh man, five actually. Because we have the OCPD Coach YouTube, like the stream and all of this stuff that I'm continuously pumping content out. Thank you. I'm continuously pumping content out for this. I have my online course, which is being I've already done the videos, it's literally being fleshed out with the text and the content right now. We have Retro Game Store Simulator, which the demo should be available at the end of this month. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if playtesting goes well. And then I have my horror game. And my horror game is a big one that I've really kept quiet so the idea doesn't get stolen. But work has already started on that. The 2 characters I made, I have a gray box for the place is going to be set. I have my other consultant is doing some basic guidelines, is taking all of my ideas and turning it into some cohesive. So work is being done on quite a few projects right now. And then we have this one. So I'm trying my best to make sure as I'm onloading work for myself, I'm onboarding work for myself. I'm offloading work for other projects so that I don't have all this stuff just floating at the same exact time. So yeah, that's that one. Let me give myself a ding. Next up, we have creating the initial dump for Ultimate Game Store Simulator 2026. Yeah, this is another one. I can't wait. I have so many ideas. I have so many ideas that I want to execute on, and now I have the ability to execute. I just need to see the money come back. So if I release my projects and I start seeing the money coming back in ways that makes it worth it, I have a lot more ideas. I'll probably be pushing a lot faster because I'll start just bringing people in to knock stuff out, and I can do a lot of the other like the pro. I love doing programming for my games, so I probably won't have people replace that. I like to know where if something breaks, I like to know exactly where to go fix it. So I'll probably be doing that. But the goal is if these games start rolling in some nice money for the business, I have a lot of games. I literally have a document, a folder of documents where I've documented ideas for games that I know I can execute on and I know I can bring them to reality. It's just a matter of how long it would take. So Ultimate Game Store Simulator 2026 is going to be the evolution of Retro Game Store Simulator, and it's going to be dope. So yeah, I started thinking about that idea. Son time, yeah, my son I need to make this clear. My family gets more time than is allotted on here. It might only say 2.5 hours a week. It's closer to 2.5 hours a day. It's only 2 days where I really isolated myself this week to try to focus. And even those days, I still, at the end of the day, went and spent time with them. So I want to make sure this is clear because you got people who go and start twisting stuff all online. I actually do spend time with my family. 2.5 hours, 5 hours is not my maximum. That's the minimum. Please. Um, we got reading the Bible for 30 minutes. Yeah, I did that. I did that with my wife this week, actually. She had a video that we watched, and it was actually really pertinent to what I was going through. It was talking about working when you're in that season when you seem like you're doing all the work and you need to start delegating how God gives you what you need to allow you to do it and different things like that. There were a bunch of different notes, and I wish I had my notes in front of me. I always write my notes on my whiteboard, and I got everything erased right now. I have everything erased, so you can't see it. All right, we have Ham Benson 9. Hey man. Hey, how you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. You're in Twitch. Yeah, you on Twitch. Welcome in. How's it going? Next thing we have is do billing. So this is something I do every other Thursday. Done. Oh, reading the Bible, done. Gotta give myself my ding for that also. Trademark check-in, I do that. US PTO. USPTO. Can we go ahead and get my trademark approved? I mean, we're going on a year. You got your money, you got your documents. I need my trademark. It always happens. I put a trademark in, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and then it expires. And this time I put reminders and notifications so I won't miss out. So here in Benson 9, what I'm doing, I'm showing individuals how to plan out their week. And I plan out my week every single Sunday live at 1:15 p.m. Eastern time. What I'm doing today is walking through the week that I planned. So we're reviewing what I got done, what I didn't get done, if there are any blockers or issues that are at risk of not being completed. And we're doing that. And so you'll see I'm talking about the video game I'm developing or the video games I'm developing and other things also. Okay, I see you. Yeah, that's what we do out here. So welcome on in. If you like it, if you like this type of content, make sure you sub, you follow. I go live 3 times a week and I talk about this stuff. I also do a work stream every single Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Oh yeah, and right on time. There's my game that I'm working on, Retro Game Store Simulator. So if you want to support that, you can hit a wish list that, and I appreciate it. All right, let's keep going. Wipe time again. More than 5 hours a week, y'all. We spend time together. I love my family. Next up, we have OCPD Coach Sunday stream. That's the one I always get to knock out every Sunday right when it's done. Then we have create contract and send details to marketing specialists. Done. And then admin and planning also done. So let's take a look at this. We have completed 20 tickets and we have 2, 4, 7, 11, 17. Man, that's crazy. So we have almost half left, but I think we'll be able to do this. I do. Because this one, now that I've gone through, I'm putting here. How many hours should I dedicate to my girl Louise? She live a couple towns away, and I got work Monday through Friday. So I'm gonna tell you this. I don't have a flat answer for that. That's all personal. And it's dependent on how much time you have to dedicate. For me, my biggest thing is that I get so caught up in work, I don't always think about dedicating time. So if I do dedicate time, it seems like it's taking me away from what I have to be doing. So that's why I have to put that in here. But if you're able to do everything you need to do, you're able to work and go spend time with your lady, man, enjoy it. I'm just a little. I have some things going on in my brain, so it's a little bit. I have to be really hard on myself to make sure I don't just work all the time because I will, and I'll keep having stuff to do at all times. But I would say one of the best things you can do is see if you can get your girl somehow involved in some of the stuff you do. Because are you working at a job, or are you owning a business, or what are you doing? But yeah, so I moved that over. We have Thursday night stream. So Thursday night stream happens tonight. So I move that here. A job. Yeah, I mean, if you have a job, one thing I always recommend to everybody is to try to build something outside of your job at all times. You want to try to build something that you can own, even if it's slow and it's taking you a long time. While you're at a company, use the company, not company time, but the company money, the money that you actually get from the company for your job to invest in building something for yourself. So that's what I would recommend. And I was going to piggyback on that and say if your girl is interested, see how she can help you. See if y'all can work together. If it's different strengths she might have, can she help you do anything with getting the business up off the ground? Can she help you with ideas? Can she help you find pitfalls or reviews or stuff like that? I'm the type of person where I do not trust companies, and that's any company. You don't. It's not a company in specific. I just believe that companies will always do what's best for business. And business, most of the time, operates off of money. So it ultimately comes down to how do we make the most money and spend as little as possible. So if that's the case, then you don't matter as a person. It's all about how your number contributes to the company's overall number. Yeah, I'm gonna be for real asking her about that if we can build. Yeah, but dude, I'm gonna tell you if you, especially if you, I'm assuming you're a guy based on how you typing, but you have to have something on your side ready to go to get her on board. So I wouldn't go to her and really just go to her and say, you have ideas or like that. You want to go with some strength and confidence, data, whatever it is to show that you've done your part as far as research and making sure it's an educated risk. Because if it's your woman, she has to be able to trust you and trust your decision making. So make sure whatever you go to about, it makes sense, and you've already done your fair share of research to make sure it would be something that you guys could try to do. And if it doesn't work, how can you pivot? I might share a template. True, I got it. Yeah, yeah. You got to have a set plan. I might share a template. I made a document 2 years ago or a year ago, and it said if I got laid off today, and I still have it. And in that document, I have a list of contacts that I would reach out to. I have a list of projects that I would build, and I rank them from what would be the quickest project to do, and then the most potential for earning, and also other jobs that I would apply to, different skills I would learn, all of these different things. I always recommend having one of those also. Have yourself an offboarding plan, because I think a lot of times, and I'm not saying you're gonna get laid off. I'm in a market where a lot of people in my sphere of work are getting laid off. So it makes sense to me to always have yourself 2 steps ahead. And that's when you ask about the time for your girl. Try to make sure that some of that time at least is being dedicated to building. Right, I should get. Yeah. But that's what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for. I love answering questions like that and helping out with some like with stuff like that and showing you guys how I do it, because I'm a crazy planner. I plan years and years ahead most of the time, and my decision making. Some people are like, "Man, that's crazy. Why would you do it?" And I'm like, "You don't understand. It's about the end game. Because days go by fast, months go by fast, but if you can plan years ahead of time, you'd be straight." So yeah, we have you helped me out. You helped me out. Not gonna lie, if I got fired today, hey, that's what I'm here for, man. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. So make sure, I know you on Twitch. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and on the YouTube channel, we're almost at 300 subs, by the way. So guys, let's get that to 300 subs as soon as possible. I'm gonna put it in here, and can I not? But Twitch just maybe Twitch disabled it. But I'm the OCPD coach on YouTube as well, and I post videos like this. We chop stuff up. So if there is anything that you could think of where you're like, man, this is the type of stuff I really need help with, I'm the guy to reach out to. Always coming to the streams. Let me know what's going on. We can talk it out. I also have a Patreon, so if you want a paid solution where you get one-on-one support, one-on-one coaching, that's always an option as well. So just dropping all of that because I want you to know that your guy is accessible. But I'm gonna be all right, man. I appreciate that. I really do. All right, but yeah, with that said, we have a stream tonight at 7:30 on Ill Logic's channel, and we're gonna get this game. We got to keep working, y'all. We got to keep working. So I'm gonna hop off of here. I thank you guys. Anybody that hopped in, appreciate you guys. Ham Benson, man, appreciate you, and I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see. Yeah, I'll see you for real got knowledge. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, and I want to share it. I want to share that knowledge. So appreciate you guys. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all on Sunday. I'll be streaming again Sunday at 1:15 p.m. Eastern time. We're gonna review this board again and start planning for the next one. So we're gonna start planning for our next week and see how far we get. All right. So I'll see y'all. Y'all have a great day. Peace.